the money, we can get back with money. And I want to ask him about that as well. Because, you see, Jamaica is too poor at the time for people to be
To
just
be just
ripping off
ripping off
the
the
country like that.
country.
You understand? We can't allow these people to just rip we
Yeah.
off. So. Ratty,
Yes, sir. Morning.
Wagwan, my brother.
Mama, they look what I'm here, man. Yes, sir.
Yeah, look out here, yeah. Welcome to Portland Spice TV, my brother, upon a Saturday morning. We know later on, you have your show. Now,
Yeah.
reasoning with Ratty gone. Now, Ratty, I see you buy a bus.
Yeah.
You buy a bus. Why did you buy?
I'm telling you.
Why did you buy that
All
bus?
right. All right. Here's what happened now, Shaka. A gentleman calling on the program and mentioned to me that he had a bus, right? Because we were talking about the bus, and we were saying the average amount of money allocated to the 110 bus when they work it out was approximately $80,000. So this man told me, said, him buy a bus.
Yeah.
And it didn't cost that much.
Yeah.
So one day I just get up and I say, listen, I go and come check it. It's quite a distance from me. I said, I go and come check it because I want to this bus.
Yeah.
So I went out there and I saw the bus. I drove the bus. And the man said to me, listen, because he had sent me a picture of the bus and sent me a picture of the title.
Yeah.
So when I went out there, I thought he was driving the bus and everything. He said to me, you want the title? And I said, no. We sent me the title already, so I just put it up on the show again. And I said, no, you don't understand. He said, man, give you the original title. And I said, no, I don't need it. And he said, no, man, I'll give you the boss.
Ma give you the boss.
Yeah. He said, yeah. He give you the boss. And he said to me, he said, hold on. And he go in there and come out, and he came out with the bill of sale and the title.
Oh, so never you buy the bus. Is a brethren buy the bus?
Him buy the bus. Yeah, him buy the bus, and he gave me the bill of sale. The bus was for $1.
What year bus?
And he said to me, 2010, just like what the minister bought.
How much miles upon it?
I don't remember, you know. There's a couple 100,000 miles on it, but it runs better than the one with the minister buy because so the one with the minister buy where I broke down.
Yeah.
He bought the bus, and then what he said to me was, because I was going to give him $1.
Yeah.
I took the bus from him, and he said to me, no. He said, what I want you to do is I want you to take this bus here, and I want you to donate it. Your bus, but he said, I want you to pick out who you want it in Jamaica, and then get them out the bus, and then they can use the bus for like mobile clinic, and can use them retrofit it for mobile clinic, and can use the bus for a library, use it for a classroom, use it for anything.
Yeah.
But we decided that we didn't want the children of Jamaica to drive in those buses because those buses are inherently dangerous because of the high levels of dangerous emissions coming inside the cabin as a result of the diesel.
Yes.
And we know why. And in fact, he allowed me to talk to somebody, one of his friends, who have a link with the school district. And the man said to me, Mr. Rattigan, if I know that you're interested in getting these buses, I could have got these 7 buses last month for $7.
Blows
so
on skirt.
Right now, I would have had 8 buses for $8 right now. 8 buses will cost $8. So
Jamaicans.
I have the bus and I go every week. I go every week and drive the bus and talk to them. Because I have the title, man. Give me the title and give me the bill of sale.
Jamaicans.
So, and it came from...
Jamaicans. So, Ratty, if a man buying 110 of those buses, him could have get most of them for free.
Listen, let me tell you why. And Mr. Vark mentioned it. Instead that the U.S. government gave out a $5 billion grant from 2020 to 2025 to the various school districts across the country for them to buy new buses. And you know why? Chaka, because 2 things. They said that the old buses, they were putting out too much pollutants.
Oh,
and it was causing problems with the environment. And two, they said that it was causing issues with the children riding in there because the emissions
was
and
getting
the emissions were
inside the
coming
bus.
inside of the cab. Yeah, and it was causing upper respiratory problems to children, including asthma and all kinds. And they said even brain development became stagnant as a result of the children inhaling the emissions
Hold
from
on,
the
repeat
diesel.
that. Repeat
So
that.
they
Wait,
said,
hold
hold
on.
on.
Ratty, hold on. Repeat that. You said brain what?
All right, you know what? I'm going to do something better than that. I'm going to read you. It's just 2 sentences. I'm going to read you. And let me just read you where it came out as a result of them getting rid of it. Why them get rid of the buses?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Here and now, shut up. This, hold on. All right, here we go. I'm going to read you this, and I want the audience to listen carefully.
Yeah.
It says, every day, an estimated 21 million students ride to school on diesel-burning school buses, which expose them to dangerous diesel exhaust pollution. This pollution has been proven to cause cancer, asthma, respiratory issues, and even problems with brain development.
21 million children ride those buses every day. And the emission from these buses are getting inside the cabin where the children are riding.
Yes.
And it's now posing a danger to their health.
Yes. Yes.
Hallelujah.
And that's why they decided to get rid of the buses.
But we know from day one that the buses were taken out of commission for reasons.
Yes. Yes. And Minister Vaz knew about it or should have known about it because he mentioned the $5 billion program. So he should have known that they were replacing the old buses with low emission diesel buses or electric buses. He knew or should have known that.
Because he did mention that $5 billion that was put in the system.
Mention.
Yes.
Yeah, but he didn't tell you why. He didn't give you the proper reason why the government was investing $5 billion into the school bus program.
So did Peter Bunting know about this? When Peter Bunting said the bus then come to kill our people picnic, was Peter Bunting aware of this issue?
I can't speak to that specifically because I didn't have a conversation with him.
Because
if he had done any research, he would have come across this.
Because I want to tell you that when I heard Peter Bunting said that, I was one of the persons who said Peter gone too far. But if Peter had this information, then maybe I need to apologize. But I don't know if he had this information. But Peter Bunting is at my fingertips, so I will ask him. I will definitely ask him because listeners and viewers hear this. Hear this, my listeners. Wilfred Rattigan from the program Reasoning with Rattigan on YouTube is saying to us that he has information, credible information, that the emission from the exhaust is getting into the cabin of these buses where our children will ride, and it's causing health issues. Ratty, read that thing there again. Read it again.
Okay, no problem.
Please and thank you.
Every day, it's every day an estimated 21 million students ride to school on diesel-burning school buses, which expose them to dangerous diesel exhaust pollution. This pollution has been proven to cause cancer, asthma, issues, and issues, and even problems with brain development.
Tell her. Mr. Vaz, come to the front of the class. Were you aware of this? Because you did mention that the U.S. government put in $5 billion to get new buses. Ratty.
And I tell you what on the shock, here it says, here the article says, it says, but in 2021, after years of tireless advocacy by individuals and organizations nationwide, the U.S. government delivered a major win for students with the creation of the EPA's Teen School Bus Program. The historic program designates $5 billion over 5 years to replace diesel burning school buses, bringing cleaner air to students across the country. And the EPA put out a report reflecting the same thing, saying that it was a health issue and therefore we have to replace the buses.
Ratty, I want that document. Send me that document as soon as you get an opportunity. I want that document because this is going to go viral. This must go viral. Everybody on the platform, 1,200 of you on the platform right now, share this, send this out, tell everybody if you come watch this. Hello?
And also, and this was done by the electric bus people, but there's also another report done by EPA, which mirrors this. They said 2 reasons why we're changing out the buses.
Yes.
Because of the pollutants in the environment, and 2, because of the health risks posed to our children.
No, the big part of this, we know say the emission will come out of the tailpipe outside, no good. But the fact that you are saying that this emission is getting inside the cabin now, inside the cabin where the children are riding. In Jamaica, we say, in the bus. In the bus. This emission will go. That will affect our children and will come at a significant cost to the country to care for these people when they get sick from these emissions. Ratty, I also hear you talk about a surcharge if we find that a minister made poor decision and spend with money bad. I want you to talk to us about that because we have one Christopher Tufton who we know spent some money at Cornwall Regional. And we have one Darrell Vaz who brought in these school bus. How the surcharge thing work that I hear you talking about?
All right, the way the surcharge works is, and you can find it in 2 places. You can find it in the Corruption Prevention Act, and you can also find it in the Financial Audit and Administrative Act. And what it says is that if a government official, and this is I'm just giving an overview, if a government official, if a government official spends or causes the taxpayers' money, send it wastefully, then then the Auditor General can do an audit.
Yes.
And once the audit is done, and she said, hey, you spend $10 when actually you should only spend $2.
Yes.
Then she can recommend to the Financial Secretary and the Ministry of Finance to institute a surcharge action to get back the $8 from that individual.
Oh,
so
yes.
what I'm doing, yes, so I remember Grace McLean over the Ministry of Education.
Yes, I remember that, but the government sat down and allowed the time to run out so she not pay back the money. That is corruption.
Exactly. They allow the statute of limitations to run because they have 3 years. And it depends on which statute you use, which law it is, because one of them says 3 years from the date of the event, and the other one is 3 years from the time you find out about the event.
Yes.
So what I'm saying now is that with this bus thing here, I'm going to ask my listeners today to go ahead and just file with the Auditor General in mass.
Yes.
Our 100, 200, 300, 400 people file and say we need to do an audit because I am confident. I am supremely confident that when this audit is done, they will find that the money was misspent. They'll find that it wasn't valid for money.
The money on the bus, we're sure about that. We're sure about the money on the bus.
So what will happen is then she will then make a recommendation to the Financial Secretary to say, listen, institute a surcharge action to get back the money from him. The money will use waste in quotation marks.
Yes.
We want that money back, and then they can go after them. But here's the thing: the surcharge action, it's a collection action.
Yeah.
And the money should not only be collected from Darrell Boss, the money should be collected from the entire cabinet because they all voted for this.
And cabinet
All
of
of
what
them
is
voted
called
for this.
collective responsibility.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. And Mr. Boss came out and said, this was approved by the cabinet. He said it on several occasions.
Yes.
So the cabinet, all of them, and they're personally responsible. So it's not like they're going to take government money and pay back the government. They have to pay for that out of their pocket. And
Out
so
of their
what
pocket.
happens is that they can institute the surcharge. Yes, institute the surcharge action, and if they can't pay, you put a lien on their car, on their house, you put something on their salary, all kinds of action, and to ensure that they might collect this money. That is what they need to do.
Definitely. This is a disgrace. You had $1.4 billion. Why you never just go buy some brand new coaster buses to take the children to school? You went ahead and you buy buses that are decommissioned by another country. I never, like you say, Jamaica, we never have no money and we go beg some old bus. You never go beg them. You took up 1.4 billion, with a B, 1.4 good billion dollars, and you go buy all bus. It's a reason, Ratty. They want to rob the people of Jamaica.
Let me tell you something, Shaka. Let me tell you, you're adding something too.
Yeah.
If what they could have done, because he knew about the $5 billion program, if he had come up to America and gone to several school districts and what for school districts get the money, and said to them, listen, we're a third world country, we have a problem with transporting our children in rural areas to school,
Yes.
and as a result, we're seeing high rates of absenteeism, and it's affecting literacy and all of that. He could have gotten those buses for free.
All
we have
for
examples of school districts giving away these buses for free.
But Ratty, hold on.
We have examples of them.
Ratty, him never have to go to America. He could have go up at the embassy, up at Ligani. He could have go up at the embassy, up at Ligani, and say, beg on some of them bus there, won't not decommission. How can I get some of those buses?
Listen, you're absolutely correct, because I've worked in embassies for years, and what he could have simply done, he could have simply gone to the embassy and said, listen, we realize that you're decommissioning these buses, and there's a $5 billion grant out there, and so these buses are going to be available, and so we're asking for assistance. And you know what? This would be a president of the cap of the State Department to say, yes, we help Jamaica, but the people, the optics of it, the photo ops.
Yeah.
So them just say yes, and